What's going on, guys? We're back in here for another video. Just playing around with the layout, and I had an issue the other day, which is why I went to the train shop yesterday. I was trying to make an oval with the train tracks, and my dumb self, I was using the 18 and 22 inch curves, which I didn't realize that. I was thinking that they were all the same, but they weren't. So I had to go back to the drawing board, and I figured out when I was trying to put it together, it just wasn't fitting right. So I'm like, what the heck? So I took one half apart and laid it on top of the other, and the curves, they didn't match. I was like, oh, okay, I see what the problem is. I'm using two different radius turns. So I looked at the back, so I had some 18 and 22 inch. And I didn't like the way it was coming together, whether I use 18 or 22. So I did a search and I found a layout plan for some guy. He was doing a 5x9 layout. And the outer portion of his oval, he was using 24 inch curves, which is better anyway for the longer cars. And he was using 22 inch on the inside. So I was like, well, you know what, let me just go get some 24 inch turns. And it fits better. It's kind of off right now because I put the plywood up there. But it fits better. And you see here, I'm gonna have to elevate it because it's gonna cross over the slide car track. So once I extended it by 9 inches, they're running into each other. So I can either shorten that up a bit or just go over it, which is the most likely scenario. But I don't know yet. And I picked up a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You see it's thin. This thing was $56 for that. 56. That's how expensive everything has gotten. See how I outline. So I messed around and bumped into the track and messed up on my first outline. So I put everything back together, laid it down just to make sure everything is exactly right. And as you can see, I just made this line. So that's the line that I'm going to follow when I hit it with the jigsaw. Also, we have here, and this border, these came from Viper Scale Racing, these side skirts or aprons. And the reason why I'm using aprons, let me stage my man here, it's because the guy on the outside, if you're not using railing, the guy on the outside lane will slide up the track because he has nowhere to go. Whereas the guy on the inside, if he's drifting, you can back off the gas and straighten him back out. So I want to give the guy on the outside the same opportunity for that. Also, I don't like the railing on the track itself because the guy on the outside can just ride the railing and gain an advantage. So I want to remove that, but I also want them to have the ability to drift like the guys on the inside. And we get into the rail crossing. I see two possible scenarios I could take. Let me step back. As you see here, the rail crossing, it's not gonna line up with the switch. It's gonna, let me get this guy. It's gonna cross about there. So I could try another radius. I don't know what this one is. I have to look at it. Or do a little finagling with the flex track. This is the reason why I bought two pieces of flex track, which is the most likely scenario. Or I should say, find a switch that's in the curve, and it should be able to use the flex track to make that fit. where the track presently is. Because if I don't, if I get say if I don't get the switch and I just use what I have, I would have to change this portion from here to here is AFX. So I would have to swap out the AFX portion and the adapter track and replace that with two 6-inch tracks, straights. And same thing here, remove this adapter track and move this up to here and replace this guy with two 6-inch straights. So there's a couple ways to go. I will have to weigh my options and see which way I'm going to go. Don't know yet. But that's part of the fun, just figuring out what you're going to do and how you're going to make it work. Another thing I am contemplating is the bottom portion. As you see with this guy here, this is an Auto World track that's decorated, or it has the decor, the lines and all that. I like the way that looks. So I'm gonna have the bottom part be all raid my Daytona set and make it all Auto World with the decor on it. So I'm debating that. I'm also debating to see how will it look if I use the 18-inch bank curves that come with the set here. So I might have to shorten this anyway to get the 18-inch bank turns to fit. So we'll see. I'm going to play around with it a bit, see which works the best. But I do like the decor on the track. And the top portion, I guess I would just have to do it by hand, decorate it by hand. So we'll see. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.